I'm guessing this just closes down afterwards.
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool, I gotcha. 60%.
Yeah, it'll be ready in a second.
Oh,
Just closes down afterwards.
we are
Yes,
live.
it does.
There we go. We are live, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, can you see us?
I see us.
You see us?
Yes.
Very nice. I think I've got the wrong chat window open here. Lol. How are we all doing, everybody? Pop out chat. There we go. Now we're all working. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, first off, sorry for the little bit of the poor quality. I actually had it all set up really nice, but I was signed into my Twitch account, and I didn't realize, like, for work, I don't need to do anything weird. I just basically have a different scene on OBS, and I use that for work. And then, so, here we go. We had to quickly, what do we do, Flinter, like 4 minutes to completely make a brand new
Basically.
a scene. So quality might be a little bit weird and stuff like that. I'm sorry, but we'll get it sorted before next time.
Evidently, there are echoes. I'm not sure what that's
Oh, hang
about.
on. I know what that'll be. There we go. You can hear me, right?
I hear you, yeah.
There we go, and that'll be the echo gone too. So there we go. The NDI source was on as well, so that they would have been hearing double Flinter, a double cheese Flinter. Right, I gotta put some pings out quickly before we get underway, just to let people know that we's alive. Which, you know, hopefully we had done at 10:02, but it didn't pan out that way.
That's kind of how these go.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's better. Is it still echoing, or before we go to? It's better. All right, cool. No worries. So, Flinter, this is an absolute
What's
honor.
up?
And you know, it's like for some reason I'm a bit nervous about this too. I don't know why. Probably just because I'm streaming with such a big male, and it's finally happening too, Flinter.
Finally.
Yeah, so, and the other thing too, ladies and gentlemen, can you watch our audio sync? See how the audio is between, like, what we're doing and stuff like that? We hear you. Not all main. Okay, sweet. So we're doing pretty damn good then. So we're going to try and make this a bit of a regular thing. Every Thursday we'll cover different topics and stuff like that. And you know, if you guys want us to talk about things, and you know, we'll talk to you about stuff as well. Then you know, we'll make that happen as well. But today, basically, it's our first like pilot episode. We're just doing a bit of a test run too to see how the quality is and everything like that is. Guys, can you guys do us a favor? Can you, like, because you're running late, can you, like, drag everybody in here that you know, like just get everyone in here. I don't have I don't want to hold the show up anymore, but I would have put out a whole bunch more pings usually, so that's all good.
Just drag in your parents, your pets, goldfish.
That's right. If your dog's got an account, we want him in here. All right? We want him in
exactly.
here. Yeah. So today, you know, we got a few like loose topics, and we'll just see how things go. Like, I think we have like rough plans to these, and we just want to chat and see how it all goes, basically from there. But we're going to talk about our setup for the season. So we're going to show you our gear. I've got mine all around me, and Flinter's got all his stuff as well. And then we're going to talk about our hunting, like plans and stuff, like videos you can probably expect this year and stuff like that. And yeah, and then we just kind of go from there. Am I forgetting something?
I think you got everything.
We've got everything. So yeah, there we go. So who are we going to chat here? Bigfoot, Kayla, Riley Gaming, Bottom Boy, Andreas, Ismail. What are we doing? Flintress, is that your missus?
That is.
Hello, Mrs. Flantro.
Mrs. Flantro, indeed.
Ms. and Ms. Flantro. I can never remember which is the married and which is not, even though I've got a wife, which is ridiculous, right? But, you know, whatever. Marv, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you too. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to get started, Flantro, or should I start, or like, you know?
We can get started. I think there's something in the title that people have been waiting on.
Oh yeah, they have indeed. So, I mean, hopefully you're going to bring the sexy thing out a few times today. Ladies and gentlemen, how long ago was it, Flint? Like 6 months ago, easy, right? Easy
Probably
6 months.
more.
Probably more.
7.
Yeah. So pre-COVID times, I think it was.
Yeah.
We had you guys pick Flinter's bow out from this year, right? So you guys could pick the riser, strings, and cams. Was that it? I think that was it. Or 3 components to it.
The limbs as well.
Oh, the limbs. That's right. Yeah, as well. And I'm just gonna say I've never been more jealous of not being an American in my life. In my life, it is beautiful. So, without further ado, Flinter, let's see what you're using for the year.
Let's see if we can not hit the mic.
Oh, damn.
I really like this.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, like, it has the black stabilizer and the black quiver, but honestly, that is a really cool looking bow. Like, Obsession does some cool stuff with this kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I was talking to Flinter about this the other day is, yes, we're sponsored by Obsession Bows, but we have to pay some money for them. We don't get them free, okay? And then the other thing that's really weird, and both Flinter and I were talking about it, is, like, they are really good bows. Like, really surprising bows. I was nervous as crap because, like, I sold my Matthews Halon, you know, to make sure I can afford this bow. And it is, like, for me anyway, it's rock solid. I've got the Evolution 6. Yours is the 7, right, Flinter?
Yeah, Evolution 7.
Yep, so Flinter's is even more stable than mine. I can't, like, yours must be just absolutely a dream to shoot.
It is. I've been really pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is, and then every time I say that, people go, yeah, well, you're just, you know, you're sponsored by them. Like, you got to say this stuff, right? But I promise you guys that, you know, it's amazingly good. Like, I was using it in the wind in New Zealand. Probably, I don't know if you saw that in the video, got the Arapara Ram and stuff, but they're just so rock solid and nice and smooth and, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, sorry, Flinter. Show them. Explain.
Well, obviously, I'll just stand up again so it's more visible. You guys voted on I think these are just called Stars and Stripes, both the limbs and the riser. And I'll bring it like a little bit closer around the mic.
Ooh.
See, I can't see any kind of real-time feed, so I have no idea.
Oh, this is true. Yeah, no, it's looking good. I mean, we'll put some photos in social media and stuff too. Now that it's kind of says, it is
arrows, by the way.
Beautiful. It is so damn beautiful.
I really like it, and I haven't even like completely started it in yet. Try to get it sat down without making a bunch of noise.
Yeah, crash bang donk. So
yeah. I've just been shooting it and getting used to it, and like the groups have been very impressive.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I think we're going to have to do videos on it because that's the only way people are going to believe us on how nice the bows are. So, yeah. I mean, obviously we've got hunting videos on them, but you only really take one shot then, so that doesn't prove anything really. You know, like reliability and repetitive. What's the word I'm trying to say there?
Consistency?
Yeah, that's the one. Magic, right? Consistency.
Teamwork.
Yeah. It's what the bows are, and they're really good. And, you know, I was saying to Flinter too that, like, the hardest part about the draw cycle is right at the start, okay? That's when all the pressure's on, and then the further back you pull it, the smooth, like, the less weight. So it's very smooth, right? It's
crazy. You get past that first maybe third of the draw and there's nothing, and it feels like you're holding maybe a pound. It's insane to let off. Yeah. And I mean, you know, like one thing like I'll always be honest about is that it's because I got 90% let off. That's really good, but for me it's kind of a little bad too because I can't grow a big beard and it's really prone to any facial pressure at all for me, which you know, like I had it all paper tuned and dialed and nice, and I'd been shooting fine, and then later in the day, all my arrows were kicking off to the left, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" And I had Ben, I don't know if Ben's in the chat here with me, he's a Swedish guy. We go shooting all the time together, and he was like, "Oh, let me watch you," and he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're pulling the string in too hard, you know," and that was just enough to be kicking the arrows off consistently. They were still grouping there. But it was it was about 2 inches off to the left. Consistently off.
Yeah, that's right. So. But yeah, no, it's good times. It's good. And yeah, I mean, how long until you're in a tree stand, Flinter?
Like what? 10 days? October 3rd.
October 3rd.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Holy smokes! So does PA open up a little bit later, depending what region you're in? Is that right?
Yeah, I think maybe both the west and the east side of the states, like the closer to the borders. Definitely the west side is probably open now or like this Saturday.
Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, because the guys I went hunting with last year, the opening was last Saturday, and they went out and smoked a whole bunch of deer already. So, and they said their ruts like already on. It's really strange. Yeah, and he filmed a buck, a little buck came past him, and the guy's tongue was hanging out, and most definitely been chasing already, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, super early, weird, very weird, but but there we go. So, I mean, I feel like I keep just crashing your conversation, Linda. I'm just too excited, I think.
You're all good, man.
Yeah, but anyway, so run us through the rest of your bow too. Like what, like we saw, how beautiful it looks and stuff. What sight and stabilizer and everything. And like, have you got anything about your bow that you like? It's like a preference. You know what I mean? Like everyone's got something on a bow that they like. It's different to somebody else. You know what I mean? Like whether it be, like for me, just example is I like the weight down low, so that's why I've got the equivalizer, because I made my own one last season, and it's and now I've got a proper one. So
yeah. I'm not really running with anything all that special. The stabilizer is just like it is. I'll see if I can get this again.
Yeah.
Just 8-inch fuse archery. Obviously I got the red and the blue weights because obvious
America.
reasons.
Yeah.
Because America.
Yeah.
I do have a QAD drop away rest, which I really like. I had that on my last bow as well. I don't know if you can see. These are really nice rests, and obviously the UltraView hunting kit, is that what they called it?
Yep, that's the one, bro. That's the one.
Yeah, it's nice, like having that ability to move the sight. Like, I used a movable sight, I think one season, and it was cool. I just didn't like having to hit my mic. Don't worry about that. That didn't happen.
That's fine. I didn't hear it, so yeah.
Nobody heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to do that if you have the time in the tree stand or in the field, whatever, to move that sight. Having that single pin and being able to be like that focused is actually really nice. I like it a lot. Like, I didn't know that I'd like to go back from multi-pin to single pin, but I actually really did.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool. I mean, like, this is the thing too. Is actually, right before I went to PA last year, I'd been practicing on a single pin the whole time. My tutor lent me one, but it had like a lens and stuff like that. And then just before I went to go, he needed it back. And what did I end up taking over? Oh, the Excel 5-pin sight. And I totally get what you mean. Like, having all those pins there ready to go is quite a nice advantage. But there's something I like that's precise about the the single pin.
Yeah, precise is a good way to put that.
Yeah, and it's going to be a challenge though. Like, being able to range set it and all that stuff. So it's definitely like a handicap in that sense. You have to have more time available than when you. I've got some plans, like to try and map something out in my brain actually, which just sounds weird, but I mean, basically what I want to do is take a photo straight down the. Yeah, no, don't worry. It's, I basically want to try and take a still photo and have it so I can see the pin at 20 and then wind it down to 30 and take a photo, and just so I can see actually how much that pin's moving. So then so say I have it at 20 and I'm like, shit, I think that deer's at 30, I don't have enough time. I know in my brain roughly actually how much that pin's going to move, and then so I can kind of just gap gauge it already in my brain. But that's what I want to try and do, but I'm not sure how well it's going to work. So yeah, just something a little bit like that. I mean, it won't be something I'm trying to rely on all the time, right? Because then I might as well just go back to having fixed pins. But
true,
it'd be just a nice little thing to get in my brain, I think, for it all. So yeah, and I saw someone say, what arrows and what broadheads are you running, Flinter? Before, I think I might have been Bottom Boy.
Yeah, so I can actually just get one of these. Ugh. So these are the Easton Full Metal Jackets.
Yes.
These are the 6 mm ones. I know some people like the 5s, but I went with 6, and they're 320 spines. So they're actually, I had 390s last year, but um, they're good arrows. I like them. They can punch through bone pretty well. And just I use Rage 3 blades because really that's what I started with, and I never had a shot where like the shot was good and the deer wasn't recovered. So why would I change?
That's right. If it's not not broken, why fix it? Kind of thing.
Exactly.
Can you put the broadhead up to the camera so we can see? Because I'm actually curious.
Like the fletchings?
No, to the broadhead.
I don't have the broadheads. These are just my practice
Oh,
ones.
okay. Sorry, right. I gotcha.
Yeah.
So with the Rage 3 blades, are they? I'm trying to picture which ones are there. They're expandable still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, do Rage even make fixed blades?
They might. I would assume they may go into that market, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I've seen them. Maybe some of you guys in chat know. I'm not sure. Yeah, and then what else have we got? What release do you run? Actually, I don't even know. I never asked you that.
I honestly don't even know what this is. This came with my first bow that I got 7 years ago. It's just a Cobra. Like it's beat up, but like again, shoots nice. I don't really feel like switching up. I may next year, but it's smooth. Like Cobra makes good stuff. Cobra's a good release brand.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't even know what specifically.
Hang on a second. I just gotta say, Dana Werster, who's in chat there. I don't know what your message was retracted for. That's the man that owns Hunter's Friend Europe. So I don't know if you mods yeeted him or something, but that's one of our main sponsors, and I hope you didn't just mute his message. Had to be funny, but not funny as well. And Dana just shot himself. Hey guys from Hunters, there we go, from Hunters Friend Europe. Dana, thanks for joining, buddy, and congratulations on your white-tailed deer, mate. Very, very good. So Dana is like the organizer of everything, right? So we go through Hunters Friend Europe, and then through him we get sponsorship to Obsession Bows, Trophy Taker as well, and am I forgetting anything, Dana? I think those are the main parts we get through him actually. But yeah, so thank you very much, Dana. This is the first time you've probably actually seen me, and I've talked to you in real life. It's all been emails before this. So, and we were actually had a really nice pre-roll that was supposed to go live 10 minutes beforehand, but obviously ran into the technical problems. So we'll be sure to put the sponsors on the bottom of this video after it goes live. So yeah. But anyway, thank you very much, Dana. I appreciate it, dude. And I don't know if you saw it, but we just were showing off Flinter's new awesome bow, and it's really nice. So
It is.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah, it's very, very nice. So I guess to go through my setup a little bit. I've got the actually. So this is gonna be interesting. I didn't even get to test this out. I don't know how much space we've got. So I've got the Evolution 6. Which is basically the same. It's just got a 6-inch brace height instead of 7-inch, so it's a little bit faster but a little bit more twitchy. But I wouldn't even call I wouldn't even call it twitchy like at all. It's so damn smooth and nice to fire. And I don't know what it is. Is like, okay, so the handle is much more basic than like the Halon that I used to shoot. But for some reason it feels way nicer and way more responsive. Like I think because the pressure's not spread out through my hand grip, I can feel it better. Like I really can't. I actually can't describe that at all. But for some reason, even though this is harder and not as comfy to hold, when I'm shooting, it feels better. I don't understand why, but yeah. That's it, and I've got the I think it's called Tack Veil camo on it, so it's like just a black camouflage on it, and I'm pretty happy with it. It's sexy. I think. Wait, you've got royal blue strings, don't you, Linda?
Yeah.
So I've got the red one, the red one. So I got a little bit of America on here. So yeah, and then
Just casual amount.
Yeah, that's it. And then so I got the Ultra View as well, obviously, because that's one of our sponsors too. So I wonder if I can. I don't know if I can quickly whack it off and then take it to the close to the camera. But I mean, absolutely sexy sight, and I really can't wait to, be putting it to the test on some animals. I took it out to the 3D range a few times now with my other bow, and it's really nice. I'm not sure if this is even going to work for you guys, but you can kind of see the Maybe I do it the other way around, actually, the way you'd be looking through it. And it's got the light on it is ridiculously bright. I mean, like it's variable, right? So at the full peak, I won't run it like that. That's, I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. That's the full peak. It's got like the full ultraviolet kind of setup going on, and it's way too bright. way too bright. So I mean, if you want something to be, they've over-engineered it, which is a good thing. Basically, I think is what I can say there.
Yeah.
So, and then I've got the quivalizer, which is what we're talking about before. So this kind of came through. Sorry, I'm getting pinged by work. You guys probably just heard that come through the thing. This is it's a quick release quiver, so it still pops off easy, but basically it goes where your where your stabilizer usually goes. And this kind of came to me. I think I actually watched one of Adam Green Tree's videos because he uses these, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And then I made my own for last season, and then picked this up off Ben. And just having that weight all down low, basically where the target boys have theirs, right, to make the bow more stable, just makes a lot of sense to me. And so far while I've been shooting, I'm really enjoying it too. So kind of like Flinter, I'm not going to change anything if it's not broken, So
that's it.
Have you guys tried the UV release age? If so, what do you all think? No, I have not tried it. Cosmic Blast. And the thing about me is I don't like what's that called? Back tension releases. I'm a
I think so.
Yeah, I'm a trigger man. Just because of all the rifle shooting I've done, it makes more sense to my muscle memory to do that. So yep. It is what it is, I guess.
Yeah.
I've got quite the dovetail. What does that mean? Do you understand that one?
Not sure what he's referring to.
I don't know either. But and then the same arrows wise, I am shooting FMJ as well, but I'm shooting the 5mm, so it's slightly smaller than Flinter's. I've cut the arrows down a bit shorter this year, actually, and we'll do this really quickly because I'm trying something. Please don't fall over, Bo. There we go, that's good. I'm trying something completely new this year. We'll get into that later, but as long as the borders stay open, I'm going to Latvia to shoot red deer, which are going to be it's going to be good fun. So I'm running the fixed blade VPOs, 3 blades, and they the same ones I took to New Zealand, and by far were my favourite over there. Actually, they were really good. So I'm super happy with that. And then the next part of my equation, which I don't know if you've seen these. Oh yes, you have seen them, Flinter, is these. The packet's a little bit open on it, so they're called crossbreeds, and they're from an Australian crew called True Blue. And they offered me to use them kind of about this time last year, and I was like, no, I've been practicing on my setup for the last 3 months. I don't want to change anything. And basically it's another 100 grains up front, so next year when I build my arrows, I'm gonna kind of go a little bit more of the heavy arrows. These will end up about probably 540, 550, somewhere in there by the end of it. But basically you can run whatever you want on the front of them, and I'm just taking off my field point now. You can do with the field point as well, and then you just screw them in, and then you screw your broadhead or whatever you want on the top of them, and that's why I cut my arrows a little bit shorter this year, just to keep the spine a bit stiffer for these bad boys. And then they are crazy sharp, and I mean basically once they open up, here's one, you just get another 2 inches of cut on them. And there was a few reasons. We're not sponsored by these at all, okay? So one of my brother's friends in Australia, he is the owner of the company, and I met him at my brother's wedding, and he was like, look, just take some packs and just try them out. And so basically that's what I'm doing. And I thought I'd lose penetration and all that other stuff, but you actually get more, and I think it's because of the extra weight that gets added to your arrow. So but yeah, so that'll be really interesting to see how that goes. And I mean basically I've got enough confidence in it to give it a go on a red deer, right? So I think that's that should speak volumes. So
would say so. That's a good sized animal you're shooting at.
Yeah, that's it. So I mean, and they, all the tests. There's plenty of test videos on them on the internet if you want to go and watch and see how they work. But that's kind of going to be my weird thing for the season, I suppose, is just to see how it goes. And I'm not going to blindly follow it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's a lot can be said sometimes about keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. So, is there anything in your setup that you'd like to change, Flinter, or are you kind of happy with everything?
Honestly, the fact that everything that's happened this entire year, I just got this bow like completely set up. 5 days ago?
Yeah, you had
something like that.
It's a bad luck.
It's been great.
Yeah.
Tell that story super quickly. We had to do some stuff at the shop to try to get it paper tuned, and I guess like when he was trying to do something in the bow press, something slipped and one of the limbs cracked, so I had to get a new one shipped. It's just been insane what's happened. But honestly, like I said, I went out after I got everything set up, shot it at 10, backed up to 20, backed up to 30, kind of started getting it sighted in just a little bit, walked back to 50, and had a 2-inch group with my first 3 shots, and I was like, all right, you know what? I think I can kill a deer with this. It's good.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's really good. Yeah, I mean, they're going to get sick of us banging on about them, but yeah, I mean, like, I like the look of the Matthews Halon better, but this thing performs much better compared to their bows. So I'm super happy with it. And that's all I'm going to say. And people are going to get sick of us saying that, and we'll try and put some videos out to show how good they actually are. But and I was saying too about we'll always be honest about things, and like I say, the only downside to this I can see is that the 90% let off, which is good, comes with a downside to it, which is you got to be super conscious of your facial pressure on the string. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but how long have you been shooting bows for, Flinter?
I decided would have been 2012 to get a bow, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 8-9 years, something like that.
Yeah. No, geez.
Kind of just we got a crossbow like the year before that to just hunt more in archery season, because I think not too long before that it was legalized for like all hunters to use a crossbow in archery season. And I just wanted to be able to like practice and do more, so I got myself a compound bow the next season. And like the moment you get that like first shot at a deer, like when they're close range and you get a shot with a bow, I don't think there's any going back. That's just how you get hooked on archery.
Oh, 100%, dude, 100%. And like, I battle Swedes here all the time on Facebook because they majority of them aren't sure about archery, and they think it's like a big taboo thing and you're a horrible person and animals don't die fast and stuff like that. But it's all just, what do you want to call it, knitting circles or whatever you call it. Yeah, and so it's, like I've literally shot, I don't know, like rough estimate somewhere between 1,000 2,000 animals, just doing pest control in New Zealand, and shooting a bow brought back adrenaline dump for me and the thrill of it all, and I just love the skill level and the intimacy of it, so
yeah, I don't think a lot of people think of that side of it. That's actually a really interesting take on it. Like, I've never heard it phrased that way, but I like that a lot.
Yeah, I can't really describe it any other way. Like, it feels like real hunting. Well, I mean, obviously we're using high-tech equipment, right? But compare, rifle is it's still hunting, but it's more like shooting than hunting, where a bow's kind of that next level of hunting, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, the way Comic Blast says, I can confirm that's how it works. One shot and you're hooked. So
it is. I mean, my first deer with a bow was just a doe, like at 20 yards. I knew, I think I had one shot that I missed the year before, but that first, watch the arrow go through the rib cage, know it was a good shot, track it down and find it, it rifle hunting is great. I got this buck in rifle last year, and I had him here just because I assume some of you guys wanted to see him, finish on the European mount, but it just doesn't quite compare. There's something, like you said, almost intimate is a cool way of saying it about archery hunting.
Yeah, like you're still happy you shot it right, but it feels a bit more empty or something. Is it?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I don't know what it is. Yeah, I mean,
like, this guy was 100 yards away. I could have never done that with a bow.
no, but absolutely smoked him though.
Absolutely.
Actually, that's cool. Do you want to show them a little bit? Like they can see like half of that. How easy is it to pick up?
Yeah, I can. That's no big deal.
So this is the one from the video last year, right?
Yeah. See if I can not have that behind the microphone.
Yeah.
This is the one that I shot twice with the 30-30 because he just stood there after the first shot. My brother did the European mount, actually. It's good work. I'll actually take this off of here if I can. This plaque, I really like it. It's very, very nice.
Yeah, it is.
And
nice.
It just slides right back down on there.
Actually, and if anybody is in PA area and wants some nice Euro mounts done, who should they go to, Flinter?
Honestly, I'll have to get... He just made a Facebook page for it. He kind of just got, more business side stuff set up this year. So, maybe if you want to just, message me somewhere, I can get you his information, or we'll post it somewhere. But, yeah, he's done a good number of them. He's getting stuff set up to do, more of these kind of plaques and stuff, and he does good work. I'm hoping I can get this pronghorn hunt going, and I'm hoping to get a Euro mount with them because I like what they turned out as.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's a good segue, actually, into the next kind of part. What are your, what is your hunting season look like, and, what can people probably expect to see video-wise?
Well, we're still trying to work out the pronghorn hunt. That's been, being talked about for 2 years, but everything that's going on, we're trying to figure out when we can actually go. One way or another, I'm going to find a way out to Wyoming to do a pronghorn hunt. So there should be at least one, if not several, videos on that. And I believe it's a CWD thing. PA has a lot more doe tags this year than usual. So I think I have 3 now in October 1st or 5th or something. You can buy them over the counter, and I'll get another one if there's opportunity. There's, I think, 2,000 tags left right now or something like that in this unit. So, yeah, there's a lot more potential for more kill videos, I guess, to put that somewhat bluntly.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. That'd be so cool. And so, how does, because, there's people from all around the world there, how does the seasons work? I know you start with archery, and then what does it go to muzzle loading, and,
Yeah, so, October 3rd? Is that what I said the opener was? I got confused with that.
Yeah, no, that's what you said, yeah.
That tag thing. So yeah, October 3rd is the opener of archery. It's usually 2 weeks later is a 1 week long muzzleloader season, and the last 3 days of that is a youth and senior citizen rifle doe season, which, that doesn't affect what I'm doing, but it's a cool thing they do to get youth involved. When you get into rifle season, all the deer are spooked really bad. That early season for kids and senior citizens and everyone to use a rifle and to get a doe is nice.
Yeah.
After that, we have an extended archery season again because of that CWD thing this year. It runs till November 20th, and I am stoked about that because we always end on the 14th or something. We're missing good days there, so that's going to be good. And then rifle is like that next week. I think it's the 27th, 29th, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's bloody good. Yeah, I remember when I was over there, the areas and the amount of does was just ridiculous. They were... Yeah, I'd say most drives, there were 2 or 3 came through. Just, most of the time they weren't close to me. But, we saw a lot of does, and then driving around everywhere too. They're just everywhere. So, that's cool though, and it's very good for hunting, and you'll definitely, or you should have very full freezers then by the sounds of it.
That's the hope, man. I forget how many deer the family ended up getting last year, but we're last bits of a couple of packages of venison left, so it's about the right time to start getting more.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I only shot one, and Finland took it home and we rationed that out through the year.
Yeah.
But we've basically just finished that actually now too. So yeah, but no, that's cool. And like, what do you usually do with your meat? Do you just like process it all into steaks, or what do you what's your
Yeah,
family's take on it all?
we do some steaks. My dad does. He really likes making these. I forget some stuffed wrapped backstraps. He does. They're really good, but I don't even know what to actually call them. They're like bacon wrapped and stuffed with some vegetables and stuff. So we do that a lot, and we do a lot of just venison burger. I we cut it with either beef fat or whatever, so it's not so lean.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll have a venison burger any day. I'll have it 3 meals a day. Deer meat is so good.
It is so damn good, man. It's amazing. Yeah, we made venison burgers the first time just the other day, and we mixed bacon in with it, and it came out really nice too. But yeah, I can imagine beef fat's probably even nicer actually.
It is. We did do
Yeah,
bacon though because we couldn't get beef fat last year. That bacon's good too.
yeah.
It works.
It comes out of the grinder looking real weird, but it's tasty.
Yeah.
It's real tasty. It's real tasty. So yeah, no, it's cool. And then yeah, like myself, unfortunately, I've had so many plans cancelled due to COVID, and borders are changing all the time. Like this week or next week, I was originally supposed to go hunt whitetails in Finland. That hasn't happened. The borders have opened up again now, but obviously we didn't have anything organised. And then it looks like it's going to close again soon because of COVID. I'm supposed to be going to Latvia to hunt red deer, and fallow deer with a bow, and that's supposed to be early October, 2 weeks time basically. But again, they're changing the borders like every day basically, and at the moment, technically, I think if I go in there through Latvia, I'm supposed to have a 10-day quarantine in there. But the guide I've been talking to says that there's actually, the way I'm coming in, because I go into Estonia and I have to do a COVID test on the border, like so they test you before you go in the country. As long as I pass that, then I'm driving down to Latvia, and apparently that border is unmonitored. So we'll see. If that's the case, he's going to double check for me. Then I'll give it a go. I mean, I'm just really desperate to get out and do some hunting. And, like I've been self-quarantined here for 8 months now or something like that. Like, I'm not being irresponsible. I'll wear a face mask and all that stuff, So it's, and if I get any symptoms, I won't be traveling. So, yeah. And then apart from that, there's still some talk about Finland. But again, it's just down to borders opening up and stuff like that. I think next year, again, as long as the COVID thing happens, I was supposed to get involved in a hunting block in Spain this year with Ben. I don't know if he's in chat or not, but yeah, I'm going to pay for a year's, join a hunting group over there basically, and you get access to private land. There's wild boar there, mouflon, ibex, red deer, and fallow deer. So that could be kind of cool, and that's like actual, stalking or tree stands or whatever you want to do over there too, which is good. So, yeah, because like Latvia, you have to, for it to be legal to use a bow in Latvia, the animals have to be in a high fence property, which, I'm not. It doesn't make me feel super good, but it's, it's not a small property, so I'm okay with that. And then it's, it just is what it is. Like it's illegal in Sweden, can't bow hunt at all, and like I say, all my other plans have fallen apart, so I'm just kind of trying to grab at something now, basically. So, yeah. But, and there's a possible geese shoot actually too. I don't know if I told you about that, Flinter.
I don't think so.
Yeah, Charlie, who's one of our sponsors, CMS Calls, who makes geese calls. If any of you guys play Call of the Wild, it's the geese caller on there. Actually, that's where I met him. Yeah, he invited me up to go geese shooting. I was supposed to go this weekend, but couldn't. So, yeah, we'll try and pick another weekend and go and try and blast some geese. So that'll be good fun. Yeah, there we go. Bond Boy says high fence hunting beats the hell out of not hunting. It's true.
That it does.
But yeah, I mean, like this year I've had New Zealand cancelled on me. I was supposed to go in April, shoot red deer there. Then I was supposed to go to America and shoot turkeys. That got cancelled as well. And then I was supposed to go hunt something in September, October. But I mean, we never even organised that one in the end because there was no point. So yeah, I'm like really just kind of quite distraught about hunting and options and things like that. So yeah, but you know, we'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You always manage to do something, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah. Oh well. High fence hunting isn't hunting. Well, you still got to find the animals. I mean, of course they can't like fully run away, but it's not like it's in a, you know, a tiny little paddock, Caleb. So I wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
So
not quite shooting fish in a barrel. There's
no, that's right.
Some tiers of it.
Yeah, that's and like just to give you like a bit more context too. It's like because like basically in Europe actually there's a lot. I think there's probably as many countries where it's illegal to use a bow as it is legal, and so it's quite closely monitored. And the idea with the high fence thing is only so wounded animals can't just run off. You know, like you can find you have a better chance of finding the animal, and that's literally the only reason that it's like that. So yeah, but yeah,
that's interesting actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's literally the only reason that they have to be in a high fenced area is so the animal can't take off and you never find it again. So shooting fish in a pond. That's a bit more. That's a bit more accurate, Riley. Definitely. But I get to take all the meat home too, which is really good because that's another weird thing over here. Like a lot of the places you pay to go, like this is the thing is, and it sucks. Like Europe is really hard to. You can't just go to public land. There are some countries you can do it. Sweden, there's no public land you can go and hunt. Finland, there is some, but it's pretty hard to get on. And I have to talk to Una a little bit more about that. Actually, I think basically where the deer are, there's no public land. I think is how it works. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, and then most of the places where you basically have to pay to go hunting, which sucks. Trophy fees are crazy, ridiculous, and then they either charge you a butt ton for the meat, or you're not allowed to take it with you. So, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just wedged between, you know, rocks and hard places all over the show, and it's quite taxing actually.
Yeah.
To try and keep sort of punching through it, you know. So.
It's this entire year, quite honestly. So.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, it is this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Christ, because of COVID, it took you like over 6 months to get your bow, you know, so.
Yeah, but luckily it's a good shooting one, so I haven't had issues.
Yeah, that's it too. Yeah, it's pick up and go basically. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else are we missing? Was there two? There was 3 or 3 topics, wasn't there? We've done our setups. Is there anything you guys want to know? I'm trying to. I think I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting, Flinter?
I have my cameras here. If you want to talk camera stuff, I don't know if you have yours.
Yeah. Let's do that. No, mine. I do have them, but they're really nothing special.
Well, if it gets video, then
yeah, it's true.
That's what you need.
It's true.
I think, in the interest of speeding this up, I have my rifle here too, and the only reason I'm bringing this out now is the Tacticam, which I just sort of wanted to show that on the gun.
Oh, nice! That's new, isn't it? Or did you have that last year?
Yeah. This is my new 7mm Odd 8. I've been saying 08 for years. Apparently, it's Odd 8, but yeah, I like it.
We say 708.
Yeah, it's the Badlands camo though. Like, really nice gun, bronze barrel. Hopefully will not require 2 shots to take anything down this year. It did last year.
Yeah, but that buck was weird though, man. It didn't even like there was a double lung one in that first shot.
Both were.
Yeah, both were, and it just didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with that. It may have been an adrenaline thing because he had, just been spooked. So that's my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, rolling with new GoPro this year, which is not going to be on this, but I didn't have anything else to put it on.
Those are great though. Those Gorilla tripods.
They're great.
I got a mini one, man, and like you can wrap it around the tree next to you or do whatever you want. They're really good.
Yeah, I do. I keep it in my camera bag, so if I need it, it'll work. Like it holds this camera, which is my main one. If I can get it. If you can see how crowded this setup is right now. This probably looks a little bit insane. Make sure, hopefully you can see it.
No, that was great.
But yeah, these lights wouldn't be on there necessarily like all the time. They can just really easily come off. But they're nice, like for recovery footage and all that stuff. I don't know the Brains Acubar if anybody's looking for, something they can use for that kind of thing. They're just little USB charging lights. I don't have a battery in this right now, but I guess I'll just explain it. Sony FDR AX700. Really nice camera. I've got the Rode Video Mic Pro Plus, I believe. It's really nice. Like,
yeah, your quality of footage is amazing, dude. That's really nice.
Yeah, and I mean, that's the whole thing for me. Like, I've enjoyed pretty much every aspect of this. I'm just gonna set this back here now. Everything from, getting to share the experiences with everyone and the comments and all this stuff, but getting to relive the moments has been absolutely one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's an expensive camera. I don't even remember what it runs on Amazon a lot, but it made those moments come alive again for me. And yeah, like I said, I really like that camera. I'd recommend that to anybody that has the budget and wants to self-film. It's really, really good. It's got great low light capabilities. It's good.
Yeah, that's actually I think I've got really good hunting quality gear now, and so I think that'll be something next year I try is save up for a better camera. And because that's something that's lacking for me. Like the GoPro on 4K, that's quite nice, but the other one I do only does 1080p. So it's which 5 years ago that would have been fine, right? But it's 4K makes quite a big difference. So yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So I just run a GoPro 5 Black, I think it is, and I have the same. I've got a little Gorilla tripod. I've also got this year I've got a mount for my head as well. I had it mounted on the bow last year a little bit too. I had 2 of them, but I didn't really like that footage very much, so I'm going to run it on my head. And then I've got a tripod that I just carry around with me when I'm stalking, and it's basically ready to go all the time. Bow in one hand, camera in the other. And mine's... Oh, jeez, hang on. Just a second. Where is it? I think it was just here. Oh, maybe I'm lying to myself.
Mayhaps.
No. Yeah, no, I don't know where it is actually. That was the shitty spotting scope. I thought it was the camera. It was the camera. So yeah. Oh yeah, you know about the spotting scope. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But yeah. I mean, I'm always someone that always tries to evaluate my weak points or whatever, and I don't like the quality of the my main camera, I suppose. But like you said, it's better than it's getting the footage. So
yeah, I mean that was the deal with my Tacticam footage of the buck last year. I could have gotten video of him walking away, or I could have shot him, but because I had the Tacticam, there's something there to see.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's cool. You guys got any questions for us? Dana too, dude. If you're still in here, bro, I'm getting really desperate. I need some places to go hunting now, dude. I'm going to have to hit the emergency red button, I think, because I have a feeling Latvia's not going to happen. I think the border's going to close to Finland too, so, I don't know what in the world's going to happen, basically. So, yeah, but we'll find out. But yeah, what do you guys got? The best spotting scope? Man, that's such a bad story. Anyway, most of you guys know about that, so yeah, we don't need to go over that one again. Sucker. I'm a sucker. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. And we're gonna start doing things too. I've got basically a list of we'll do podcasts that have like themes and conversations and topics and stuff like that. And then something, do you guys plan on trying out the UV hinge release? I'd have to contact them, Caleb. We haven't actually asked them for anything like that. And again, like, I actually would not be the person to try that out because I don't really know how to use them. It doesn't work with my muscle memory in my brain. I've tried one of those releases before, and I really didn't feel very natural to me. So, I think Flinter are on the same boat. Basically, if it's not broken, I'm not going to change it. Basically, So,
yeah.
Flinter, got any trail cam pics? Says Bottom Boy. That's a bloody good question.
I'll have to post them in the Meat Hunters Discord, which probably should be linked below, but things were kind of rushed. One of the mods could probably go get that, actually. That should be a thing.
Yeah,
but,
if you guys want to chuck it in, that'd be great. But
anyway, there's a couple. There's an old 6-point that I'm actually pretty excited about maybe going after. He's the smallest of the better bucks we've seen, but he's definitely old, and I think I'd like to get that. There's one probably close to this side that's got a little is this the side you can see? Yeah, there's a little kicker coming off right here, which is cool.
Yeah.
And we just had a low short tine 10 show up, so there's some that are definitely on the hit list. I mean, things show up, end of October, beginning of November, that are usually more interesting than what we see in the summer.
Yeah. Oh, really? So they move around a lot more there.
Yeah, our best pictures of good sized deer have always been in the rut, because the property we're hunting is kind of just on top of, everybody out west is going to laugh at me calling it a mountain, but a mountain for here, 2,800 whatever elevation, and all these deer down low start coming up here to look for the does in the farmland and stuff around November, and there's some big ones. I don't know where they hide in the summer, but they show up in the rut.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, I'm, that'd be something I'd really love to do. Like, I watch a lot of the videos, and people that manage big property and they got all the trail cameras up, and they can start tracking these big bucks and work out there. That stuff, I'd get real geeky for that. I'd be fully I think this is where he beds down, and I'd be totally one of those guys coming up with a plan to try and smoke that one big buck or whatever. But I don't have that option, unfortunately.
Not at the moment, anyway.
No, that's it. If bow hunting gets legalized in Sweden, which actually this year or whenever it is, this next proposal, it's probably either going to go through, or I don't think it's ever going to go through, because it's got every single big hunting association behind it this year, where it hasn't previously. And like I say, if it doesn't go through this year, I don't think it'll ever go through in Sweden, which will be a shame. But if it does, I'll probably talk to Uni about actually trying to get a hunting block up here, because you can hire, there's plenty of hunting blocks that you can lease out over here. So something with some fallow and some roe deer would do me. So depending on what we're allowed to shoot to with the bow, they might start us off really small. So yeah. Do you have any plans beside Latvia so far? Just playing by ear. Just playing by ear, Chaz. And like I say, Latvia is very 50-50 at the moment. Which, if it gets cancelled, I will probably cry. I will be having a little meltdown. Just because, I can't take my life getting cancelled this many times, basically. It's just, yeah. I know that sounds dramatic or whatever, but this whole year has been cancellation after cancellation after cancellation, and I'm somebody that needs goals and realistic things I can hit and achieve. So yeah, it's getting a bit tough. Yeah, but anyway, it is what it is, right? We'll be right in the end.
Hopefully it's gonna be able to work out.
Yeah, that's it. And then next year, Flinter, if I can talk to the missus, I want to come over and go hunting with you somewhere. Because I don't think we're going to be able to pry you out of America. So I think I'm going to have to come to America, basically, right?
Yeah, it's difficult to pry me out of here anytime between October and December.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'm thinking, we should try and, do a few different sorts of hunts. Just come up with a bit of a plan.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of good fun. I for some reason, and I don't know why, because I can do this anywhere, but I want to go to Texas, you know, and I want to go and shoot some pigs or something.
Yeah.
It just sounds like a lot of fun. I don't know why, and like I think going to Texas in itself would be cool. Like I'll probably never go back there again, you know. Maybe some, because they've got all sorts of stuff, eh? Like access deer and all sorts of things. So
yeah, there's almost unlimited options down there. Really, if you want to go do something, that's probably the first place to look.
we're going to shoot a Gems boy too, right? Don't they have Gems boy over there?
They do. I just they have just about everything you could ever want, like I said. But yeah, I just saw something recently with them.
What was that? Sorry, you saw a.
I just saw something recently with Gemsbuck getting hunted in Texas.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's myths or whatever, but there's they say there's more. There's some African animals in Texas that have a higher population than they do in Africa, I think, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy. I mean, I saw the Meat Eaters episode the other day where they go and shoot those. Is it Nigali or however you say it? The big weird cow things. Nilgai, that's it. Sorry, Nilgai. Yeah, that's it.
They are strange looking too.
Dude, they're real weird looking, right? Those things deserve to be shot. No, they're just really weird. They're super weird. So, yeah, but I don't know. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's just like everything's so up in the air at the moment. But we'll be making content, that's for sure. We'll try and pull some things out of the bag and see what we can come up with. So
yeah, one way or another, there's gonna be something we can work on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So have you guys got any more questions? Something that I think like we actually want to hear like topics and stuff too. Like, you know, if it's a little controversial, I'm fine to chat about it. You know, we can do that kind of maturely, and because there's always, you know, two sides to the story, and my job obviously at Expansive Worlds has taught me that a lot about, like, you know, a lot of people's hunting beliefs are only based on local beliefs. Does that make sense? Like, so depending on where you are in the world, you know, everything, you know, it's all a complete different kettle of fish. So I need to go coyote. Have you gone coyote hunting before, Flinter?
No, I've wanted to. There's actually, my brother said he's heard some just like at night howling, and I've been wondering if I should maybe go do that, but I don't have the knowledge of what I'd need to do. I'd need to look into like what is normally done.
I sent you a predator caller, right?
Yeah.
Did I? I think so. Yeah. So it might be kind of fun. Call them in. That'd be exhilarating, I reckon.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean that kind of thing, like trying to outsmart something that's, because they're really smart, aren't they, coyotes?
Yeah.
So I think that'd be quite good fun, actually. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about. Is like, you know, like the actual strategy to hunting kind of geeks me out a little bit, and you know, with like I was saying, I was trying to manage property and find out where all the big bucks are and stuff. I think I'd get the same about trying to work out coyotes and how to get them in. You know, so
yeah,
it'd be good. Redneck YouTube, how you doing? Lucky, is that Lucky Boy?
And it is.
Well? Lucky Boy. I sent him his arrow and got it 5 months later. That's how bad the postage service is.
Wow.
Yeah, and like, you know, Forest Grizzlies, I think he's in Alaska. His took 3 months. I think most of them took about 3 months to get there. Vector got his too, and like I thought Lucky's arrow was lost, and then last week or the week before, he like messaged me. He's like, "Your arrow turned up." Crazy, absolutely crazy. So,
well, good it showed up anyway.
Oh, elk hunts, legit. I'd love to do that, dude. How about you, Flint? Are you interested in elk hunting?
Oh, definitely. I watch a good bit of it. I know Gary, who I'm supposed to be doing the pronghorn hunt with, does it, and I think like I want to start fairly simple with. You know, I've never done any kind of serious hunting on, like, or anywhere like out west. There was that Texas thing that I've told that story that went well. But yeah, I want to start with pronghorn, and then I think I'm probably gonna start really looking into some kind of elk hunt. You know, that's gonna end up being years down the line till really that can be set up. But I definitely want to do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Dana just said next year he can get me a wolf hunt in Lithuania. I'd be down for that. That would be amazing, Dana. Sign me up for that, buddy. That'd be very, very cool. But yeah, elk hunting, man. I think that's the thing is if, I mean, it's probably if, hopefully we're still going. I mean, it's still going good in 5 or so years. But once the kids are a bit older, I can spend more time. We can probably take them over there with us too and stuff like that, and do like a bit of a hunting tour and look around America. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But like Lugia, he does a lot of elk hunting. We've got people in the community here that can, and like you're saying, G-Man and stuff too. We've got plenty of people, I think, now that could point us in the right directions, if we want to actually quite seriously go after some elk. So that'd be cool. And to imagine to hear that bugle like in real life. Like, you hear it through the videos and stuff, but I bet you it's not as... Like, it must make your hair stand up on the back of your neck, I
Surely.
reckon.
It's... The closest thing I've ever had to that is just turkey hunting and hearing, like, a close-up gobble that shocks you. Elk have to be another level of that.
That's got to be amazing. Because you went to... Was it Yellowstone Park this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw, like, a whole bunch of different animals and stuff, right?
Yeah, we had 2 grizzlies, 2 black bear. We had elk. There was one, I think they said it was around 270 or 280, just chilling 10 yards away. That was all cool to see.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just even the size and stuff too, Like, there'll be, like, hopefully one day I get to experience it, but there'll be a lot of shock, I think, the first elk hunt, like, like I say, the size, the noise.
For sure.
The exercise, the adrenaline. Like, hopefully, like, calling in animals and stuff like that really gets me going too. Like I'd love to have a good elk calling set up, and call one into 15 yards or something like Lucky was saying.
Yeah.
With his turkey. Oh, geez, that'd be amazing. That'd be great. Get them home. And like if we get to go to Latvia, the red deer should be roaring, so that'll be great too because those are really same. They get like really bassy and you feel that in your chest. I've heard those in New Zealand. So
yeah, that's one I want to hear at some point for sure. Like, not just in a video.
Yeah, exactly. I've been practicing my red deer roaring. It's getting a little bit better. Yeah, I've just got a cut up water bottle and been practicing, but it's getting better. I always can't remember how to start it. I need like a reference, so I'm pretty sure now if I hear... in the middle of a forest I won't really care too much. I'll just be trying it myself, but it's weird being inside with the wife through the next wall and, neighbours and stuff around. I kind of get a little bit shy and stuff about it all. There we go. Yeah, down and saying the red deer rut in the Baltics is scary sounding. Yeah. The red deer is pretty crazy too.
They want to hear it now. Look what you did.
Oh, I have to hear. What is the time? It's 9 o'clock here too. Oh no. Here's my professional. So by the way, too, CMS Calls actually has a red deer caller and they're sending it to me, but they don't really want to start producing it yet because they've got a whole bunch of other stuff going. So I just using this to practice, but I can't do it for you. I can't do it. I'm too shy. It's not going to work. Yeah. No. It's not going to happen today.
I heard a little hind in there,
Next podcast, guys, I'll do a roaring session for you. We'll crack. That's how we'll open up the podcast. So
that'll be great.
Yeah. Do the hand motion like in Call of the Wild. I can't remember which one it is. It's like that one. But yeah. Actually, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, they do. They cup it on the end, don't they? On the red deer caller. I think it's the same as classic, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. So, Jackson Leonard. I had an elk hunt where my dad was calling a herd in, and a random 6-point bull pops out 40 yards away and bugles, and I shot him right after he's done bugling, and it was my favourite hunt so far. Nice, Jackson, bro. See, that would be just like action-packed, adrenaline, a crazy,
That's one of the ones you never forget for sure.
Frederick says, nobody sleeps before 10 in Sweden, do it. We used to have psycho neighbours in the last place. Oh, it was. They used to like jump up and down on the ceiling and stuff. We weren't even being that noisy. Yeah, so I'm kind of like we got a bit of PTSD from that too.
Can imagine.
TK did just the tip of the bottle and call. Yeah, just teasing you with it. So. Yeah, I mean, if you're really desperate to do it, basically I have to open up YouTube, and then there's a Red Deer video I watch to practice on it, but you know. Yeah. Are you, because I think Lu Ji is really good at out-calling from what I remember too. It's pretty fun calling in other hunters at times, depending where you are. Yeah, what do they call them? The fake bugle, but they have it. I can't remember what they call them. When you, yeah. Anyway, I watch those Born and Raised Outdoors guys. Do you see that? Watch them, Flinter?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a name for it. I can't remember what the hell they call it when it's a hunter roaring back at them.
I'm not even sure.
Did you see? Have you guys seen on social media just today? There's a heart going around from a doe that was harvested in. Oh, I can't remember where it is, but so the guy shot the doe this season, and probably last season, and had an arrow go through its heart, embed in the ribs on the other side, and it lived. Yeah, and so he's got the pictures of it, like, you know, he's cutting it open, like, what the hell is this? And literally the arrow's through the heart, lodged in the ribs on the other side, and the ribs are fused to the arrow blade, and the stem of the arrow is still through the heart. Must have just perfectly sealed off, like in some.
It had to have been
some weird, crazy fluke thing, like Doug Flutie. That's what it is, legit.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
You seen that too, Flinter?
Well, I've seen where like the ribs like fuse to an arrow, but I've never seen like with a heart, like how you couldn't do better, and yet somehow that ends up surviving. I guess that's
I'll try and find those photos again. It's ridiculous, and I think like from looking at it, it looks like maybe the arrowhead lodged in the rib bone, right? So that would lock it in place and like make it so it can't move around in the heart so much. And
yeah,
and then like I say, it must have just gone weird between the chambers in the heart and sealed perfectly. No other way around it. Like, you know, and the other thing that's weird too is that the arrow orientation would have to be like in the same direction the heart beats. You know,
right.
You think, I mean, like if it went across, or maybe across is wired. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be really weird. But like Nick, who is in PA, he's got a story about that, and before I came over, he said, "Look, the whitetail here are really tough, and nobody believes me." And I was like, okay, you know, I've watched some videos, I know how to shoot whitetail, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, it turns out I shoot a buck, either high lung or too high, and no lung, and we never found it. And then he shot a buck in the lungs, and they never found it. His dad saw it 3 weeks later and shot it in one lung. They never found it, and then a guy in rifle shoot season, or shotgun season there, smoked it with a slug, and they retrieved their arrows out of it. So they're like crazy tough animals. Just like, yeah. Yeah, that was with your arrow, Lucky, that was with your arrow. And I mean, you know, that's still, I was thinking about that in bed again the other night. I don't think I'll ever stop thinking about that. I still think, like, there was blood there in the morning before we got there, and, you know, I tracked it as far as I could, and I never found any more blood. And then Nick found it up further on the trail, but, you know, it was different coloured to the stuff I'd been following. You know, it just, I don't know, it seemed weird. And then, like, this buck it was pretty big. Like, I mean, it was my first big buck I'd seen, right? But I'd seen plenty of small ones before that point. And then the one that Nick popped up and spooked ran like it hadn't been hit. There was a little bit of blood in the beard. But the thing about it is it wasn't that big, which kind of sounds weird. And I'm not going to argue with them, you know, because, like I say, it's the first time I've seen whitetail bucks, really, and stuff like that. And I know about buck fever, so there's a chance that I did see it weird. You can kind of make it out in the video actually if you slow it down. I drew it out for Flinter actually once sitting over. Yeah. Is this it? Live Science. Let me click on that one and have a look. Nah, that's not it. That's one of the old ones. Oh damn it! I closed the chat down. I think, did I? No, there we go. Yeah, but yeah, it's similar to that, Ned. It's very similar to that. So. Oh, but yeah, I mean, I have to one day let go of that, and I had for a bit, but now because of the time of the year and stuff, it is again. I'm still thinking about it, and so I mean, yeah, there's basically two outcomes. Is one, that was the deer that Nick saw, or two, where the blood finished. It was on a real steep bank. Either the deer took off down through some steep stuff, and crashed out down there somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I'll never know, unfortunately, too. But,
yeah, it's part of it.
Yeah, it is. And like I say, I think if anyone hunts enough, you've probably everyone will have a story like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's been plenty of goats I've shot that I haven't recovered again, but I've got a little bit of a different mentality, unfortunately, too. Yeah, Ewan said the dead meats made short work of that deer. They did too, and that's Ewan who I went hunting in Finland with.
Mm-hmm.
And that first dead meat on that whitetail, that really messed it up. Yeah, it didn't run very far at all. Yeah, like I said, we've had plenty of deer run with a double lung shot with a rifle run, 50 to 100 yards. Yeah, I mean that pig I shot, you can see that in the video too. I heart shot that, and that still ran 100 meters with about a quarter of its heart missing. So
It's crazy. I mean, when you go to tracking in the dark, it's really difficult, but there was a doe I double lunged. We figure it ran 200 yards. Like, whether it's adrenaline or whatever, they can cover some serious ground.
It's crazy. I've been watching a lot of the Ranch Fury at the moment, and he is I don't actually know what his title is, but in real life, basically, he's a medical person, and like part of his speciality is lungs and stuff like that, and he knows how to stop. And he knows how to keep people alive if they got holes in their lungs, basically. So, he was talking about it all. He's got some great videos, actually, which I think people should watch, about like how blood trails are not consistent and not predictable because of the way the organs are. Like, every organ is wrapped in a layer of skin. And so that skin has to fill up first before the blood starts coming out of it. So, like a high lung shot, it has to fill up the whole bottom of the lungs first before it starts coming out. And then also it'll only get squeezed out when it's under tension, so if it's inhaling or exhaling. And then, a deer is not one, on the outside, it's not just skin and then bones. There's like heaps of different membranes and layers and stuff. And so as the animal's running, like they're often closing the hole up and stuff on it too. It's really good. I highly recommend going to watch it. I mean, it all makes sense, right? Once you see it, you're like, oh yeah, okay, of course. But yeah, it's just funny, and he's right, as everyone's got this idea that an animal should do this and it should do that, but there's quite a lot actually, even just the lungs, that'll affect what happens to it. So yeah, that was pretty cool to watch, actually. But so what do you say, Flynn? It went 200 yards?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's about what we figured.
Yeah.
Like, we had a rough gauge based on, like, where I shot it and just where we ended up, just knowing about how far away that was, because we knew where we were. But, yeah, it was... I knew I made a good shot, or at least I thought I knew that. But when you start getting, like, 100 yards, 150 yards, and there's not a dead deer, you start to think maybe it didn't hit very well.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like, the other thing, too, which is interesting, and my dad always told me, is just aim for the shoulder, right? And
yeah.
we talk about shoulder, and then when I started doing archery, they said, no, don't aim for the shoulder, because the shoulder blade's there, right? But he's got another good video, been binge watching him, but about the, like, there's actually no bones at the top, where the leg meets the body, there's no bones there. The shoulder blade's higher and up there, and you get like a nice, like the vital V, I think he calls it. And he shows some skeletons of animals and stuff like that, and including deer. And I think it makes a lot more sense to aim there too, because like the heart's right behind it, and it's actually not a scary place to aim. But he also said that He thinks it's changed a lot because expandables do work better further back in the rib cage like that. Where if you're using the fixed blades, it doesn't matter so much where you hit. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's what he's talking about is theory, but it seems to make a bit of sense. So. Yeah. I mean, it's been I mean, we've been going a year now, I think, about now. I have to look when the first video went out. We're now over 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. You guys are awesome. And just over 1,000 followers on Instagram too. So it's been a bloody good year. And I'm enjoying everything about it, And I constantly am thinking and trying to work out better ways to grow and stuff like that, So, yeah, it's crazy.
It is, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. It's been really fun. Been great, and I mean, I'm missing New Zealand a lot actually because I could basically put out a video. I could go for a hunt a week, and most of it would be goat hunting though, so probably people get a bit sick of that after a while. But there's heaps of stuff to shoot over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Sweet as Lugia and Ned Bella, thank you very much for hanging around. I think we're basically probably going to wrap it up too. We don't really have a sort, dedicated time slot. Maybe we need to start thinking about that too. But like I was saying, this is kind of a bit of a test one. The quality will be much better afterwards. For the next stream as well. So
yeah,
we'll get it all nailed down. It'll be good. So yeah, good times. You got anything else you want to talk about, Flinter? Or I actually feel bad, because I was saying I'm kind of nervous though. I've just been motor mouthing and cutting you off all over the place, so I apologize.
No, you're good. You sort of have the hosting side of the podcast, so that's all fine with me.
Well, no, hopefully we're co-hosts. I don't want it to be the Matt show.
I just meant you're the one streaming and everything, it's streaming from your thing, right. But. I think we got through everything. Yeah. We got through our setups, our planes, equipment, all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I think I keep trying to say. That is something I think I would like to do actually is, we'll pick a video and, run through it with you guys. And it'd be cool to talk to you guys about that video, what was going on, what was happening.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be kind of cool because there's quite a lot, you can't actually capture everything on video. You try to.
And you have that limited time frame.
Yeah, exactly. That's it too. That's it. Oh, actually, and there's a good time. I haven't actually managed to talk to Darren yet. I keep trying to catch up with him. So, unfortunately, Darren's just too busy, and he's had a lot of stuff going on in his personal life this year. So he's stepped out of the meat hunters for the time being. I just see you and I saying we need Darren. We do need Darren. We'd love Darren, but he's just got too much going on and can't commit to it, unfortunately. So it will be myself and Flinter for this season anyway. We've basically locked all the plans and stuff like that. So but anyway, thank you very much, everyone. This has been good. I mean, I really enjoyed this, and I think the more we do it, the more chill we'll be. Flinter, well, I'll be. Sorry, you've been pretty chill the whole time, to be honest.
I tend to just, let things flow. I don't know. Could do this for hours just talking about hunting. So
yeah, well, I mean,
whatever happens.
I mean, that's the thing too, is we haven't really actually got into proper hunting talk too, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Right, we've just been talking about the gear and and all that sort of stuff. So it'll be very cool once we start picking some conversations. And I think we've got a few guests and stuff we can get on to talk to as well and stuff like that. So that'll be really cool.
Hopefully,
I'll be looking forward to that. It's just such a cool. I don't think there's too many. Well, yeah, there probably is. I was going to say I think most hunters are pretty passionate about it, but there's some people that probably don't really give a shit, just shoot animals for the sake of it. But it's it's definitely a lifestyle. So it's just starring Remy Warren. Geez, I'd love that. That'd be great. It'd be amazing. So, but anyway, all their VODs will be saved too, so you can come back and watch them whenever you want. And if you're watching this recorded, not live, leave some comments. Let us know what you want to know about and stuff like that. So, yeah, what's it? Yahill, we got them thick males up in Alberta and Saskatchewan. Okay, good to hear. How does PA actually sit on the big male scale for the whitetail? Ohio's got bigger ones, don't they, than PA usually?
Yeah, certainly. New York actually tends to be, I would say on average, they're probably a little bit bigger.
Okay.
We're definitely a little lower down. I think, if it wasn't for the antler restrictions that PA has, it would be a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
But they do require 3 points on one side, or, I think for youth hunters it's just like 1.3 inches long or something. But yeah, I think it would be a lot worse without the antler restrictions. So I know, obviously I wasn't around, but the 3 bucks you can see here are some of the best ones taken off like the property that my grandfather owned, my dad owns, and that's a product of the antler restriction. So PA, I think, has on average started to get a lot better, and I hope it continues to do so. But there's talk of those restrictions being removed because of CWD, which kind of makes sense. I sort of hope they don't do it, but I guess it depends on what's going on there.
Yeah, I mean, I must have seen, 6 small bucks or something, and just no shooters. When I was over in PA, there's a lot of them, but I can see why too. I think it's quite a good idea actually to let them grow. Let them mature, let them get a few years of breeding into them and stuff like that. It's
for sure.
It's definitely a smart move to have those restrictions. So there we go. Caleb likes the big male scale. I think we might have coined something tonight, Flinter.
Hang on to that one.
Yeah, hang on to that one. That'll be on a t-shirt next week.
There you go. Actually, you could do some cool stuff with that. We should look into that.
I think we should. The big male scale. Where do you fit on the big male scale? Or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
I think you might have some better ideas on that one by the sounds of it than I do.
I'm sort of thinking, some sort of just scale, and then you put something on one side and a deer on the other, and go from there.
Yeah, or could you have it like a little bit kind of feisty, where you have like who's got the smallest whitetail then?
I see where you're going with that.
That state down there, and then the big state up on the other one.
It's probably like one of the New England states. It really depends. I don't know.
The big male scale has to absolutely go to 12.
I agree.
It'd be funny. That'd be hilarious. Cool. Mighty good times. Well, so please, you can get in contact with me through Discord's the best way. Join the... I've seen some good whitetail come out of Finland this year already. I've seen some not bad ones at all, actually. So we might have to revisit that. They're a little bit inbred, though, I think, and because what was there? There was only like 17 or 7, I can't remember, original whitetails brought to Finland, so they're all kind of quite a small gene pool, Don't forget Canada and Mexico when it comes to whitetail. I didn't even know Mexico had whitetail, but it makes sense. I know they have coos there, don't they? But
that's what I was going to say. Are they only the coos whitetail? I wasn't aware there were any, I don't want to call them normal whitetail, but what most people would just consider that.
That's interesting, though. I like learning stuff, so there we go.
Yeah.
Wait, what, Stephen? You shot an 8-point yearling? Is that even possible?
I think, yearly, he's probably talking
second year or whatever. Is it
first rack, I assume is what he means. I believe I have one of those as well. I'll show it to you one of these times. It's just a little basket rack, like 12-inch spread or something, but it's got 8 points.
Jeez, that'd be nice. What do you mean down to 7? What did we say? What were we asking about numbers?
7.
I can't remember. Maybe it was I don't know. I'm terrible at trying to think about what we had talked about. So there we go. Luigi is back again. Welcome back. So yeah, I mean, let me pull up some topics quickly. Actually, before we nail this one on the head, I've got like I say, a list of what some of the topics are, and we'll try and cover a few of them. And I'm sure the more we do of this, the more stuff will open up, basically. So I mean, I just threw this together really fast. So, like I was saying, is I think it's quite important and good to talk about some controversial stuff too, just because, like like I say, is I come from New Zealand. We've got Flinter in America, so we've got a really good opposite end of the spectrum kind of thing going on here, and so some of them I thought it's like shooting animals while they're bedded. What are you guys' thoughts about that? What ranges should people shoot? Heavy arrows versus light arrows, expandables versus fixed. What poundages should people be running? Bow sights, quivers, hunting styles. We can go over a whole bunch of this sort of stuff, and like I say, I think it'll just sort of start expanding, and I'm really looking forward to getting into some of these like quite deep conversations on these topics. I think it'll be really interesting, so. Oh, 7 deer in Finland. That's what Dana was talking about. Yeah, there was only 7 whitetail brought to Finland.
Oh, yes.
So that's how small the genetics are. I was right. I said 7 or 17. So, yeah, interesting. How about other deer species like mule deer? What in regards to what, Snakehead? I'd love to go and shoot mule deer too. Basically anything in America is on my hit list, I think. Apart from, I really don't have an inkling to do bears too much. I did get a black bear tag when I was in PA, just in case. But, I don't know why. I just don't really have there's no fire in me for bear hunting. I don't know why. Yeah.
I'm kind of the same. I've never hunted bear.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, maybe once you do it, you get hooked. But it's just one of the species. Those, and Yorna's going to hate me, but I really don't really get small bird hunting. Duck hunting I like. I like duck hunting. That's good fun. But yeah, I mean, I haven't actually been small bird hunting like Yorna does too, so maybe it'd be different once I actually do it. But yeah, so I don't know. We got to get y'all out for a blacktail hunt. You know what I mean? I'm open to anything, and don't ever tease me with stuff like this, right? If you say to me, come over for a hunt, there's a bloody good chance I'll come up, knock on your door one day. So, don't tell me these things lightly, all right?
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta be super careful. So there. Oh, one other thing I was going to talk about. Maybe you covered it, maybe you didn't. Are turkeys kind of on your radar this year, Flinter?
Yeah, I mean,
is it a if they're there kind of thing, or?
Yeah, I tried to hunt them in the spring some, and they just weren't being super cooperative. And my thing with turkeys, it's not the same as deer, where I'm, at least to some degree, just hunting for food. That's a lot for like the experience, and sure, I could probably sit there and wait for the turkeys to walk into the field and shoot one, but I'd rather like have that calling back and forth experience, and they weren't being cooperative, and couldn't get that. But yeah, if I can manage, I think there's like 2 days in the fall season that's not during like archery deer. If I can manage to get out, I'll try and see if I can maybe get one.
Yeah, I gotcha. Sounds good. Snakehead said, I just want to know if you guys will hunt other animals. Oh, 100%, dude. Yeah, I mean, Snakehead, maybe you guys don't know, I'm based in Sweden. Flinter's in PA, so we're polar opposites, really. I mean, I go back to New Zealand sometimes and hunt. There is a chance I go back in April still, but like I say, basically, the everything in a nutshell for me this year is COVID depending, right? I'd be doing all sorts of stuff if I could, but so far nothing. Hey, maybe if my hunting plans get cancelled, I invest the money in a better camera this year.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe we do that. I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. So yeah. Fall turkey hunting isn't the same as spring season. Yeah, I haven't experienced that spring. I've only done fall in PA, and they seem pretty dumb. Like I expected turkeys to be. I don't know if I got lucky. Maybe I got lucky, right? But I expected them to be a lot more onto it than they were. So, yeah.
They usually are. You can get there's weird flukes where they aren't, but
yeah. I mean,
Just depends.
yeah, I mean, you saw it in the video, the one I shot. I was smashing up a tree, like pretending to be a buck, and they all just came straight at me. I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Nah, I don't know. That's
Yeah,
a weird one.
yeah, it's super weird. I think I said in the video too. I thought it was a deer coming in. They were that noisy. I got so excited, like expecting to see this deer come pop through the bush, and it was a turkey. They must have, I don't know if they were just kicking leaves up the whole way through or something, but man, it really sounded like someone was coming in pretty angry, But it was like, I can't remember, 3 or 4 turkeys or something coming in. So
When they're feeding, they scratch. They sound like a herd of, I don't know, elephants going through the woods. They can be insanely loud.
yeah, and one thing I learned from that same time too, actually, if I go back, is I don't think you need to be insanely quiet over there because the turkeys are not. And like basically, actually, I was going up after the turkeys, and I saw that doe up there, and she was only, she's 15 yards from me or something, But she unfortunately she spotted me before I spotted her, and I couldn't draw my bow. But like I'm just like, how, like I was not being at all quiet. Like she would have heard me come up the hill miles away. But I literally think she probably just thought it was a turkey, another turkey scratching around, So
Yeah, could have been.
yeah. So, the bird hunting I do again is just the experience more than anything. It's really exciting. The meat is just a bonus. So yeah, there we go. So that's cool though. It's like you've got. That's what hunting should do. Still, is give you a good excitement. And I will never ever put down any other hunter. Like I don't care if you like hunting bears. Good on you. Like just because I don't find it, I'm not gonna poo-poo on it or anything. You know what I mean? So it's the same with the birds here. Like you get really excited by it. That's great. So there's bound to be people that don't like shooting goats, and like goats are really good fun. I love shooting those. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you? What is your like a dream hunt for you, Flinter? Like I feel like Flinter. Here's $100,000 US. You can only spend it on hunting. Like, what are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
I think I'd like to do red deer. Like, they don't call it the rut necessarily, do they? Isn't it the roar or something? They call it a lot.
Yep.
I definitely want to do that. And honestly, elk's pretty high on my list right now. Mule deer, coos deer, I think would be a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to go for.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, step 1, get a passport, Flinter. Step 2, get red deer. And it won't cost you 100,000 US either.
Well, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think $100,000 US. I'd be going after. Oh, geez, that's tough. Probably a big Rocky Mountain elk. I'd be paying for a nice block. Like Cameron Haynes goes into or something like that, right? Where they've just got big males all over the place. Or I'd love to go for an epic sheep hunt too, like bighorn or Dall sheep, something like that. I think that'd be really cool too. And stone sheep, they're really expensive. I think they're like 45,000. I think for a guide.
Are they?
From memory, yeah. The guy that worked who guided me in New Zealand actually for that Arapara Ram. That's what he does. Is in New Zealand off season, he goes back over to Canada and guides over there and does a lot of the sheep hunting and stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was talking about this guy that has been with him 3 times, so he's paid 45,000 each time and never got a sheep, and it's only because of his fitness. He said the last time he went, he only had to go like 100 more meters up this ridge line to make a shot at the sheep that they'd found, and he just couldn't do it, and he like broke down, and I mean. This is the thing I don't understand is these people got so much money, like why don't you invest that in training or like get a personal trainer, or it just doesn't make any sense to me, so there we go. Sheep hunt in Mongolia be close to $100,000. That's crazy, man.
It is.
Yeah. I'd pay $100,000 for that hat.
I just
TK.
saw that too.
Well, you can have it for that price, man. No worries at all. Yeah,
There
it's actually good, not good. Is this hat, unfortunately, if you wanted it, and not even with any profit for us, is about $60 US. So I don't really want to get into that line, that price range of merch. I don't think it's fair, and I don't think anyone would want to buy it. So But I mean, we're kind of starting to look into that sort of stuff. One of the I mean, one of our limitations at the moment is trying to find somewhere centralized to do merch. I've got some on my site. I don't know, Flinter, if you're going to do anything on yours or not, but as you know, you're more than welcome to use the same stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say once, right? Because we're going to stay positive. Once we get over 10,000 subs, we can open up a merch store here for Spring Tea, which will make things a lot easier. And they got some nice quality stuff too, so.
Yeah,
it should be good. I mean, that's just we've got heaps of goals for the channel and stuff like that, and that's definitely one of them. So, this is the chat's actually starting to pick up a little bit now.
Yeah, everybody's showing up.
Yeah, 100,000 would get you a San Carlos Apache Reservation trophy elk tag. Jeez, that sounds crazy, eh? Sheep hunting in Canada is something I dream of because I live about 12 hours from the mountains and I've seen some massive bighorn sheep. What would it take you, Riley, to go? Do you just need to draw a tag there, or is there? Because I think some sheep are really hard to draw tags for too, aren't they? So.
Would think so, yeah. Just since somebody's asking what my biggest buck is, it would be this one right here. You can go earlier in the podcast. We looked at that a little bit.
Yep, and if you haven't seen it, you can see him smoke it.
That's true.
Yep. It gets a quadruple lung.
Yeah, for real. That was the weirdest thing, man.
Yeah, it was really weird. Really weird. So, I think I may know a person or two to ask about. Really, Bottom Boy? Wow, yeah, if you guys got any contacts, that's how the world works, man. Let us know. Viper, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. I mean, we were going to wrap up about 40 minutes ago, but we just continued to talk, so I think it's a good thing.
Pretty much.
I think it's a good thing. In Alaska, a lot of Dell sheep hunts and draw hunts. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And I mean, I know people trying to get the sheep slam, isn't it? Was it stone sheep, bighorn sheep, Dell sheep? I feel like there's another one I'm missing.
There is, and it might just be desert bighorn and.
Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. Actually, is the different bighorn. So
I think that's what it is.
I can't remember if it's draw or over the counter, but where I live for elk, it's over the counter. That'd be so sweet, Riley. That'd be so cool. I mean, it'd be really cool to do an elk season with you, Flint. Imagine if we could pick the time off to do that and do like what the born and raised out guys do. Just go on an elk tour.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that would be quite hard for both of us business-wise, but
true.
Yeah, it'd be a dream.
Definitely.
I'm lucky in regards to tags here in Canada, as I'm First Nations with a treaty. Also, does that mean you don't have to do tags, Nathaniel? That's pretty cool, man. Very handy. Oh, we're doing good. We're doing good, Viper. Thanks. We're doing pretty damn good. Mistress Gaming. Oh damn! I almost missed this. That's fine. You guys remember, if you miss it, it's all recorded. It's all good to go. So, well, I hope so.
That would be great.
Yeah, it doesn't get recorded. Big sad.
Nothing left.
Yeah. Elk is all drawn near me, I think. Okay.
I should start putting in for the PA elk. I know it's like people wait 20, 30 years for that, so I should probably get on that.
But yeah, you should do it though, Flinter. I mean, because apparently they're big boys too, right?
There's some big ones. There's been, I think the state record's somewhere high threes.
So high 300s.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think.
Jeez, that'd be amazing to see. Absolutely amazing. So, Bojo's is fainter. Can your next video be on Yukon? Imagine.
We'll see.
Hey, that'd be funny too. Is imagine if we did a hunting tour that was based on Call of the Wild reserves.
There you go.
That'd be freaking expensive, but awesome.
The best crossover nobody wanted.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Caleb, PA is elk, but they were like, they've only recently opened up for hunting on them, right? They were protected for years and years and years, I think.
Yeah, they haven't been doing, it's like 7 bull tags or something. There's not many, but yeah, they haven't been doing it for long.
Yeah. Next podcast, tree stands and tripods. I don't know anything about tree stands. I have a blind, and I've never used a tripod. So Flinter can probably talk to you a good lot about tree stands, because you use a lot, don't you? But
Yeah, that's something I think I could probably talk about actually for a while.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
someday.
yeah. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. I'd be interested in it too because I'm quite interested actually at getting a saddle, and only because I used to be an arborist, so it kind of would be make a lot of
Yeah,
sense to me. And because from what I see, you just climb up, put a platform down, and then tie him with a saddle, and then just stand there. I think that would be great.
my
Um,
cousin had one.
oh
I'd have
yeah,
to ask him how it went.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know. The other thing too is I can get spikes, so I can basically climb any tree I want. It's not really good for it, but um, the trees. Sorry, but if you're only going up, like say you're going to a new area, like I was going to Finland, I think carrying a saddle would be a great thing for me because I wouldn't have to do too much scouting. I could find a spot, put my spikes on, climb up a tree, set everything up, boom, ready to go, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, that's yeah, it'd be interesting. Be interesting.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I'm like I say, I'm a bit of a geek. So tree stands, things like that. One day I'd like to get into that because it's cool, right? It's a technology thing, and just got to have my hands on it. So KY has an elk drawer. Okay, there we go. Um, well, what? Because Dani, you're from the States, aren't you? Originally, I think, and then you're, I think you're a love refugee in Finland as well, aren't you? You moved to Finland because of your partner. I'm trying to remember. That's why I'm in Sweden. Same thing. So, um, when are you guys going to have a joint hunt live action? Something we were just talking about that. I think I will try my best to make that happen next year.
yeah, we'll have to
Um,
see if we can work something out.
yeah, I think so. Um, yeah, we'll just work out time, budget, and stuff. Because, like, just being honest with you guys, well, it's not my problem. I've got responsibilities. I got a wife and two young kids too. So, basically, if I book time away like that, I have to get the grandparents in to come and help and things like that. So, it puts a bit of stress on the family, But I can probably do 2 weeks, maybe three, if I earn enough brownie points, something like that, And we should be able to get a good amount of hunting in that time. So when are we going to see the bow, Flinter? Maybe you got to show the bow again before we leave.
Should I show it again before we leave?
You
Can
go.
do that.
Well, why not? It's so sexy. It's goddamn
I
good.
do like it quite a lot.
Oh, you're from Maine, Dana. Righty, righty. Fee? I don't know if Fee's in here still. Fee's from Maine. I think Vector's from Maine too, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Show off that. I forget what I already called it. Freedom flinger or something like that.
Have you got a name for it already? Freedom Flinger.
But I like that a lot. But yeah,
Yeah.
it will be fun to hopefully be taking pictures next to a buck with this laying on it.
Oh, that'd be so good. That'd be awesome. And again, we're gonna. Oh, actually, Phil's already taken some nice photos, so we'll put them out so you guys can see, like in like full daylight and stuff. It's absolutely beautiful bow. And like I say, I'd never been more jealous not to be American in my life. They need to make one in Kiwi colours for me. Do you reckon we can sweet talk the Obsession guys, Dana, to do a custom bow for me? A New Zealand flag wrap. That'd be amazing.
There you go.
Show us how it shoots. Yeah, well, we have to get some videos cranking, actually.
Just dry fire it real quick.
It goes like this. Bang. Back to the shop.
Yeah, more cracked limbs or something.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, have you told people about that? What happened? Was it limbs?
I think I told it on the podcast. I can say it again
I
shortly.
can't remember.
Basically,
I just can't remember. Maybe I wasn't listening, probably, but yeah.
yeah, it was just in a bow press and something wasn't lined up square, and like I guess it slipped, and he said one of the limbs, it's just like right on the end. There's just a little piece that broke, but obviously you can't shoot that, so had to get new ones in.
Yeah, that's it. New Zealand. That's how New Zealand is pronounced. New
That
Zealand.
is it.
Is that how it sounds like when I say New Zealand?
No, there was a stream where
Oh,
Kiwi in New Zealand got turned into New Zealand.
okay, I gotcha. New Zealand. I see what's saying.
Caleb's actually asking. You might have been about to read that. What are you shooting
70.
for that?
70.
Yeah, same.
70 all day, every day. I started at, well, I thought I started at, like the very first bow place I went to was in San Francisco because that's where TwitchCon was. So while I was over there, I went and got a bow because it's heaps cheaper than buying it in Sweden. And basically, I mean, I don't really know. I'm not going to name the place, but they didn't really do what they said they were going to do. My bow wasn't set up properly. All sorts of things. I asked them to set it at £60 for me. It was at 46 or something. And I went to New Zealand with it, shooting broadheads that I was using Schwackers at the time, and they said you should use £60 broadheads. And I was smoking these goats with a way under poundage bow, and I had no idea, right? I was brand new, and I trusted the shop, and there was all sorts of things they didn't tie in my. What did they didn't tie in? They didn't tie in my peep sight. Oh Christ, I can't even remember.
Jeez.
It was really bad. They were trying to set me up with. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't very happy about it all. It took a lot to get it fixed, actually. And I was just really lucky that my mentor at the bow club was like, "What the hell is going on?" And he took my bow for like a couple of weekends and fixed it up for me. So, yep, all the big males shoot 70. Well, I think if we're using the big male scale, we don't fit. We fit on the 10 for £70 because £80, 90. There's 90. Cameron Haynes is shooting a £90 bow this year.
Yeah.
So definitely a 10. Because 11 would be 80 and 12 would be 90 on the big male scale, so
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, like the thing too is everything I'm shooting around here, unless Finland get moose legalized, then I can probably understand. 70 still fine for it, but I don't think I'm really comfy with the bow and the performance and everything like that, so and I think that, like Finland, the minimum poundage for shooting deer is £40. You know what I mean? So I'm smoking through that anyway. It don't really matter. So Hoyt doesn't make £90 limbs anymore. He's a special. No, he got it special. I don't know what they did. I think they did some cable twisting and stuff like that. So, what size peep sight do you guys run? Size of the pin. Where did I put my? I actually don't remember what size it is.
I'm not sure. He might be right though.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that rings a bell, Caleb. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. There are tribesmen in Africa shooting £110 for elephant. Is that a real thing? How do they make a bow that shoots I guess it's a crazy big recurve thing or something, right?
It has to be to get that sort of force.
Yeah, I can talk bows all day too, Caleb. I freaking love it, dude. So we got to do that. I mean, don't even get me started on broadheads. I got a mean broadhead collection. I got more broadheads than I'll ever use, I think, unless I just went like completely goat hunting for 2 months solid or something like that. So poundage is the universal measurement for bow weight. It is. I actually don't know why, but it is. So
I never even thought of that.
yeah,
It's a fair point.
it just makes sense. Because what is it like? It's half, right? So 20 kgs is 42 pounds, 44 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, Caleb. I think you're right, dude. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's kind of where like if it works, I don't really, I guess, what I mean? Like something has to break or not work for me to work out, like to get into the details or something. That was actually one of the problems I have with the Excel site I've got. I'll bring that out one day, is the pins were the smallest you can get, and it was too small. It wouldn't light up properly and stuff like that, so I really didn't like it. And that site, actually, where the way the fiber optics wrap, it's right in the front. So imagine this was the thing that it's like it faces forward. There's nothing on top. So it was really bad for catching light. It's just a bad design actually on that one. I really didn't like that. Hey, Silver Moon, how are you? Good to see you. So, but yeah, I don't know what peep sight I run either, bro. I just got it whacked in there and it works. So yeah, good times. But that's probably something I should know for the next bow. Actually, is
Probably.
Yeah, that'll be something I should definitely work out. So, weird things I know about Africa I learned from an old Tarzan hunting guide and game ranger. Wow, I want to see these bows now. They must be quite. Yeah, tubeless peep. Was yours tubeless, Flinter?
Yeah. Got a D loop on there, so.
Yeah.
Tubeless. My brother just had his peep tube snap, and I was like, yeah, that's why I don't have that anymore.
Okay. It's just because it pulls it straight every time, right? That's the idea, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I've never had one, and my other bow is actually a bit bad for getting out of line sometimes, but if you set the string up, the peep up properly to start with, it makes a big difference too. And line your D loop up with it properly too. So.
Right.
Yeah. We're doing good, thanks, Sue. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. So, I'm really trying to get into setting up my own bows. Yeah, I mean, basically my whole mind, right, was I'm going to learn about everything about bows in the first year, so I can tune my own bow. The only thing I have never really played around with is the cams, because I haven't needed to, so I can tune it with a rest, and I know how to paper tune. But actually, no, I have done some cam stuff. Sorry, I have done some cam stuff on the other one. The camber went off on the mission a few times, so had to put it in the bow press, and I learned how to straighten those out. Yeah, and then this year I'm going to start learning about arrows. I feel like I've got a good basic understanding of my bow and how it all works and how to set it up. And so now, for me, this year it's about learning about arrows, actually, and kind of getting into that a little bit more. So, yeah. But yeah, it's I like tinkering too, which is dangerous. So
it can be.
Yeah, it definitely can be. My peep tube snapped, got me right in the eye. It's funny to think about now. Jeez. Very terrible. I mean, I shot myself in the hand just before going to PA with the bow scale. It broke my hand. That was last year. Yeah, I was setting up the Matthews that I had, like I just had it. And you're only allowed to shoot 60 pounds in the indoor range there. So I was trying to detune the bow basically to make it legal. And the club president, I said, "Can I have some bow scales, please? I need to, check my bow." She goes, "Yeah, here we go." And remember, like, I'm pretty new to everything at this stage, so I pull back. I can't see the scale on it, and so I let down just a little bit to try and see what it's pulling, and it basically, at that time, the cams pulled around and sucked it out of my hand and shot it straight at my hand. It smashed my arrow rest real bad, which I was lucky about, and punched a little like a pencil sized hole in my hand, and broke the bone in there. But it turned out they were baggage scaling. It wasn't even scales, like proper scales for bows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, and I was like at the time I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, like, I feel like real dumb." And but it wasn't even the right tool for the job, basically, which pissed me off. And she was the club president of the bow club. She never liked me. Actually, if you guys saw my live stream last year, she was the same lady that went crazy at me in the live stream while we were doing archery practice. She doesn't like compound shooters, and she didn't like me because I hunted as well, I think so. But yeah, anyway, that was fun times. Yeah, so you live and you learn. But I was lucky that it didn't affect my ability to use the bow, actually. Yeah. Have you had any hunting incidents, Flinter?
None like that. I think I told you about. I was just shooting my old bow 2 months ago or something, and I had left my release here, so I just grabbed my brother's, and I don't know exactly what the deal was, but like the trigger and everything like screwed into the wrist part, and I guess it was pretty well unscrewed, so I did manage to pretty much clock myself in the face when I was trying to draw back when that popped out of there.
Yeah, you did say that, actually, yeah.
Launched an arrow across the yard. Luckily that didn't cause any issues. I found that one, but yeah, stuff like that happens.
Yeah, there must be quite a few people every year that punch themselves in the face doing it.
I'm sure. My brother just did it too.
Yeah.
His steel loop broke.
There's got to be a lot, I think. That's Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's yeah. Like imagine the compilation video, right? The yearly face punches. I think that'd be quite a funny thing to see side by side. Just a whole bunch of people slamming themselves in the face. I'd be laughing at that one anyway.
Yeah.
And Karma would see me do it to myself though, for sure. I reckon. So,
Probably, but
yeah,
still worth it.
yeah, definitely. Hey, it's we might as well go another 5 minutes. We did, and then that's been 2 hours of chatting. I think. So yeah, I mean, again, I was doing this about an hour ago, but it's been good. We've got a whole bunch more stuff to go. This has been a good test run. Let us know too if there's something with the overlay or something you find a bit weird. Don't worry about the weird green screen. Like I say, I didn't get a chance to tune it, or I had to set everything up again in like 4 minutes or whatever it was, 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Yeah, so yeah, basically it's just got thrown together to make it happen. Yeah, so I've scoped myself with a rifle before, but it was only a low caliber, and it just gave me a little cut on my eye. So
I've had them hit me, but never hurt me.
Yeah, okay, yeah. What's the A on the bows? Oh crap, I don't remember. Is it 33, 32? Let me Google that for you real fast. I think it's 33. But I don't know if Dana's here. Dana will know.
I think this one, the Evolution 7, is 34 or something, 34 and a half.
Oh yeah, there we go. Let me have a look now.
Maybe it's 33 and a half.
You know what's crazy too is we're gonna be doing a new one soon. I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know, because Obsession had such a weird year with the factory being closed due to Corona, and then being now bought out by another company. I don't know if we'll see another. Here we go.
A new model.
Yeah, so 8A is 33.25 on the Evolution 6. And then on the Evolution 7, it is 33.5 as well. So, actually, it was 2.5, wasn't it, on the 6?
Yes.
Yeah, so there we go. So it's just a little bit longer as well, which is nice. If you guys haven't done it, go and have a look at the Obsession website. You can customize the bejesus out of your bows. You could make like a really ugly bow if you wanted, I reckon, too. You imagine turning up to some hunting things with some of the options they have there are very interesting, to say the least. But
yeah, certainly.
Yeah, I mean, it just basically you can do what you want with your bow, and it's your bow, so full power to you. Yeah, so yeah, good times. Anyway, yeah, we've got a couple more minutes left, so if you got any more questions, chuck it in. But otherwise, thank you very much. It's been enjoyable, and like I say, the next ones will actually dig into some good hunting topics and conversations, which I think will be good. So I think a bow's around 29 to 30. Yeah, my first bow was 28. It's super short. It's twitchy as. I'll never go that short 8A again.
Yeah, that's really short.
Yeah, really, really short, and I didn't really like it. So that Keith Warren dude scoped himself with a 50 cal. Jeez,
Is he still alive?
does he have an eyeball? Like, you pull the scope out of your head and the eye pop out with it. That'd be terrible. How regular? So we're going to try and do them every Thursday. But of course we, there's hunting seasons. Flinter might be in a tree stand in a couple of weeks' time, so I might be running it solo. We're going to try and keep it regular as well, because it's a good way in the off season to be doing content and things too. But we're just going to play it by ear basically, and see how we go. I think so.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it's really going to depend. Well, hopefully it gets fueled by you guys too, and basically, I think we can say this, Flinter, but like we sat down and talked about it, and we both want to eventually make this like a full-time. That's our goal, is to make this a full-time thing. Whether we can ever get there or not, you never know. But you got to have that vision to start with. So that's where we want to push to, and if Latvia happens, the first 2 episodes are going to be professionally filmed and edited, which will be the first ones for me, and we'll see what that does as well. So, Flinter can join from the tree stand. Funny you say that. Thanks, Yona. If I go to Latvia, I'll do a live stream while I'm over there. See how that goes. It should be pretty cool. So, yeah. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for a that's the first official podcast done.
That is.
Yeah, and have a fantastic weekend if we don't see you before then. And yeah, you got anything final to say, Flinter?
No, just good luck to everybody heading out here soon.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the next podcast, basically. So
yeah, same.
Yeah. Rightio, everyone. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.